Justice Call as the judge adjudicating upon cases, but the judge in charge of a court, hearing people with patience, having the urge to do justice, the desire to grant relief, the aspiration and the commitment to the cause of justice. Uh, to share with the bar very briefly, and I'll be speaking on this in the evening, Justice Kaul and I go back to the mid 70s. We were college students together, and I think it's a matter of great honor for me that we shared this very dais together with each other, whether it was in Puttaswamy, whether it was in the marriage equality case, recently in the Article 370 case, the arbitration judgment which we delivered just a few days ago on whether an unstamped agreement can be the subject of a defense under Section 11. We go back a long way, and we've stood together in trying times, in happy times. And I think Justice Kaul's friendship with me has been a source of enormous strength for me. Apart from that, I must share with you that when I had occasion to sit in judgment over Justice Kaul the judge, I have the greatest good fortune of having affirmed his decision to grant gender equality to members of the armed forces, the women in the armed forces, which eventually culminated in the judgment of our court delivered by me. Justice Kaul, you've seen the tremendous response from the bar on this, your last working day as a judge of the Supreme Court, in the Supreme Court on the dais, whether it's seniors, juniors, people practicing regularly before the Supreme Court, lawyers from outside Delhi who have come here to join you this morning. That just speaks about the wide appreciation, respect which you command from not just the bar, from our society. And I'm sure that in your new avatar, if I may say that, you will have plenty and plenty more to contribute to our society, because that, as I see in the morning today, is the expectation from you for the future. Sanjay, may I request you to say a few words?
Thank you, Chief Justice, brother judges, members of the bar. See, first, let me begin on a lighter note, because I always believe court atmosphere should be kept light. So I've never permitted anybody to disrupt my court, including my grandchildren. I've held court in difficult situations in different courts, but I felt that this is an institution and temple of justice which must remain open. That's something very close to my heart. Fortunately, Supreme Court doesn't carry that problem, but it permeates, and I think the legal fraternity of the Supreme Court owes it to the other courts and the guidance to make sure that courts function, because that's the expectation with which the litigant comes to the court. As a lawyer, I felt that wherever somewhat an adjournment culture was prevalent, it's a problem. I've always believed that the case must be taken up on the day it is listed. So at times the bar has been cooperative in letting me list the matter a little later, so long as I'm willing to take it up. And that's the confidence, I think, between the bar and the bench, which must grow. I will, of course, speak in greater length in the evening. But when I became a judge, one of the judges told me that remember that in India, the litigant comes to the court as a last resort after he's been through the various processes and he finds that there are no solutions. If he owes 50, give him 55, don't give him 45, because with great difficulty he comes to this court. That's something I kept dear to my heart. I do not believe that we are the fund collectors for the government. Stakes are not important. What is important is what the principle of law it carries. And this court has administered justice as is expected without fear of favors. I had the fortune of being in court too, first as a second judge with Justice Chalameshwar for more than 6 months, and then presiding over that court for 14 months with a very inspirational portrait in front of me. It is my belief that a boldness of a judge is a very important factor. If with the constitutional protections which we have, we are not able to exhibit this, we cannot expect other parts of administration to do so. The bar and the bench are, they work together. The Indian freedom movement was worked with many members of the bar. And therefore, the bar owes a duty to see that the independence of the judiciary and independence in various forms in the countries are protected and they stand up for it. Ultimately, there's no method by which the judiciary can stand up for itself. And I think it is the duty of the bar to support, yet correct the judiciary. It is often said the bar is the judge of judges. I fully appreciate that. Uh, at this stage, couldn't have asked for more. Sometimes I'm wondering whether everybody is talking about me or not in terms of the what they say. But I'm all I can say at this stage is that I'm going out as a satisfied man. I have many other bucket list of things to do. Law not certainly not being one of them only. And it is those bucket lists which I want to complete, fulfill. Of course, one of them is to spend time with my grandchildren. My children always scribbled about it. I hope the grandchildren will not. And law, in a sense, will only be, I feel, a smaller part of what I do after I limit office. But I go with a full sense of satisfaction. I've tried to do my best, or whatever I could. Sometimes it may be the best, sometimes it may not be. But the whole society works in a system where people must have tolerance for each other's opinion. I think that's the greatest message I would like to give. We are at a time in the world where the tolerance levels have gone very low internationally, not, nothing to do with our country specifically. It's time the human species learns to live with each other and live with other species of this world to be able to adjust to it so that the world remains a large place, doesn't become a small place. Thank you for all the benefits you've conferred on me and the confidence you have reposed on me and the good words you've spread about. Thank you so much.
Should not the last say lie with the youngest member of the bar? Sweet.